Hey everybody, welcome back to Durbin's Bourbon. I'm Joe.
I'm Josh.
Today we are going to be finishing off a Van Winkle bourbon. This is the Van Winkle 12-year-old Lot B. It's one of the lower expressions in the Pappy Van Winkle line. You have the 10-year, the 12-year Lot B, the 15-year, and the 20-year and the 23-year. The 15, 20, and 23 are all of the Pappy Van Winkle labels. The 10-year and the 12-year are just Rip Van Winkle Distillery. This bottle was shipped out to me from my brother Bob in Ohio. Thanks, brother. I love you, buddy. This came to us in 2016, I think it was. And we've been enjoying it a little bit at a time since I got it. And we're getting to the end. So it is time to finish it. So this is called Man Down. Good job. Outstanding. So it's kind of bittersweet. Sad to see a really nice bourbon disappear. But that's what they're for.
And once you get towards the end, it starts to oxidize, and you might as well just finish it anyways, instead of try to save it. Yep.
So we're going to do a review of the Lot B Van Winkle. Proof is coming in at a 90.4 proof or 43.23% volume, I think is what they're saying. So that's your proof and ABV in the bottle. We have another one behind us that isn't unopened right now. So we're going to go ahead and do a review on the nose first. Good.
Do you have something on your glass?
I do. I do. A little bit of something on there. I cleaned it.
Gross.
Don't worry about it. There we go. Good color. Dark. Bad. It's a 12-year, Lot B 12-year bourbon. So it's been in the barrel for 12 years. It's got a little age on it. So you should expect some barrel notes.
Getting a lot of vanilla.
Yeah.
Vanilla caramel.
Yeah. Some strong caramel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it has a good dark color. Let's see. What else? Yeah, some vanilla. That caramel's really, really strong in it.
See, I'm getting more vanilla than caramel.
Yeah, there is some. There is some vanilla really in it. It does, and this bottle is fairly old. Like I was saying, 2016. So it's had some time to oxidize. I do put some an inert gas in them when they're starting to dissipate a little bit. I'll put some gas in there. You can buy it. It's from like Total Wines for a wine preserver. It works the same way as for your whiskeys. So you can preserve them for years.
I'm glad it's inert gas.
Inert gas, yes.
It could be dicey if it's not.
The other kind you don't want to put in the bottle. Yeah, I definitely get some vanilla, some caramel, some dark fruits.
Mm-hmm.
For a 90.4? 90.4 proof. Not a lot of alcohol burn, really.
No.
I'm not really picking up on a lot of alcohol burn. It's in there. You can tell it's not it's not a regular old 80 proof bourbon.
Most bourbons are upwards of 90 proof anyway.
That's true.
I mean, I think that's probably...
Mm-hmm. And I appreciate the good pour. Yeah. That's a healthy pour.
Yeah, well, we had to finish it.
We did.
You're welcome.
Thanks, buddy.
Even though it's not my whiskey. You're welcome for pouring you your own whiskey.
Right. Once again, thank you to my brother for getting this bottle out to me when we didn't have any Van Winkle bourbons at all. He was able to get this one and send it out here to us. So that's a shout out to you, my brother.
Thank you. There's something else in there I can't get. Besides the vanilla.
Orange zest.
Yeah.
That orange peel. Definitely. Yeah, good tip. Go to the nose. You can put your nose in your skin and your arm and just take a whiff of your skin, and that kind of, it's like the same premise as in the perfume shops. They have the little sticks, and then you have the coffee beans. It does the same thing. So it kind of resets your nose to a even area, and you can go back and try and pick up some nuances.
All right. Ready to give her a sip?
Yep. Cheers.
Cheers, buddy. Get caramel and vanilla again.
I do
Some
that
of that
too.
dark fruit, like cherry, like dried cherries. I'm getting for some reason.
Surprisingly, I got more of that. I've got a pretty strong alcohol sting a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit of that alcohol sting on it, which it seems very characteristic to like your Weller 107.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a 107 proof.
Is this weeded?
It is. Yep. All the Van Winkles are weeded with the exception of their rye, which no one can get the rye. It's almost impossible to get.
Oh.
But yeah, they're all weeded bourbons, which means you have over 51% corn, malted barley, and wheat as the other grain in the mash bill as opposed to rye. There's no rye in this whatsoever. It's what's called a weeder. And that's one of the things. They tend to age more smoothly, but you have to be careful for the time frame for how long you age them, because they can be overpowered by the barrel, because wheat is a soft grain.
That must be the sweetness I'm getting then.
Maybe, yeah. Corn.
Like that fruit, like I said, the dried cherries for some reason are like the, not like a fresh cherry, like a candied cherry.
Yeah. I could see that. Got the corn, caramel, little barrel, 12 years. I would expect some char and some barrel to be in there, some notes of that tannin, kind of leather. I've got that. I have that leather note in there, ever so slightly, kind of mid palate, and then that dark fruit, and at the back for me that alcohol burn.
Yeah, I'm getting the alcohol burn for sure on that. I wonder why. It's not super strong.
Not super strong, I think, and it seems like we've tried the Van Winkle 10-year, and its proof is comparable. I think the 10-year is 107.
Isn't it the same?
Or it's like a 107 proof. So the Van Winkle 10-year-old is 107 proof, and I really pick up the same characteristics, that alcohol burn and the grain mash bill, because it is the same mash bill, corn, wheat, and barley, but similar flavors.
Yeah.
It is a decent bourbon if you can get it. I mean, it's definitely worth having. It is one of those unavailable bourbons, unfortunately. Years ago, they were on all the store shelves and you could pick them up at random for the most part. And because of the bourbon boom, and because bourbon is so hip right now, I guess it is. Hip. It's the in thing to do. Everybody's into it. This too shall pass.
I hope so.
Yeah. And then you'll be able to get a hold of this stuff a little more readily.
But I wouldn't pay more than retail price for this.
And suggested retail for all of you out there, because you're going to see this in stores and liquor stores and stuff. Suggested retail is, I think it was $59, $60 is suggested retail. In our market, that's what the Van Winkles want it to be sold at. Secondary market's around $800. You'll see it in stores for a pour of $150, $200 a pour. Roughly, you get 18 shots out of a bottle. I mean, they've paid for this thing 10 times over. It's just really, it's unfortunate. So don't pay the secondary market. It's definitely worth $60 all day long. It's a good it's a good bourbon. It's fun to have in the collection. So if you do get a chance to run across it and you can pick it up, if you could pick it up for 80 to 100, for a bottle, it's worth it just for the novelty of it, I think.
Oh yeah.
But don't pay the $700 that's out there. It's really not. You're just contributing to the part of the problem, really, in my opinion. It's not worth it.
It's not. Yeah.
There's great bourbons out there.
It's not worth
that are just as good, if not better, for half the price.
Right. Oh, for sure.
As it opens up, it's good. I'm going to
grab
our water. Yeah, let's throw some water in it, see what that does to it. I think it's going to open it up a little. We're using the regular stuff I always order. Old Limestone Kentucky mixing water. It has no iron or anything like that in it, but it has your minerals, a couple drops to add and see if it opens it up. And I have a feeling that adding some water is going to open up a little more vanilla. That's just a guess on my part. I think we're going to get a little more vanilla in there. It seems whenever I add water to whiskeys, bourbons in general, I end up getting more vanilla out of it.
Like I always say, it's always crazy how those couple little drops can change so much.
The entire profile of it. It smoothed it out. It took a little bit of the alcohol sting out of the nose.
Still get so much. For me, I get so much vanilla.
Yeah, I'm getting more vanilla than I got before.
Like I feel it's like, if you're gonna make cookies or something, you open that little vanilla.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm just.
Vanilla extract.
Yes.
Yes, that stuff.
Oh wow! I instantly got wood, like char.
Yeah.
That I didn't get before I put water in there.
You can definitely, that's a good descriptor. I picked up the same thing, whether it's he imparted it and then I picked it up. Yeah. That's a funny thing about doing tastings. If you all are out there and you conduct any tastings, you want to try and, as you pass your whiskey around and everybody's trying it, you want to try and have your notepad and write down quietly. You don't want to throw any opinions or what you're tasting, because it can be a really strong suggestion for the group, and then it will jog their memory and they'll be like, oh yeah, vanilla or orange or whatever.
But a lot of times too, on the other coin, is you can't get the flavor. You're like, what is that flavor? And then you'll say something, I'm like, oh man, like the orange peel that I never get. I'm like, man, that's...
So it's kind of 50-50. It depends on your group you're with.
Yeah. Like it is more fun to write it down first. It is.
For sure. Then you compare it, notes, and go, wow, I didn't get that. Wow. But Josh and I have been drinking whiskey together for so many years. Our palates are very similar. He likes rye a little more. He's more partial to rye. He can pick out nuances that I can't, where rye for me isn't. It isn't one of my favorites. I'm more of a wheater guy. But that's the cool thing about the difference in flavors. Everybody has their own palate and what they pick up for nuances and stuff.
Yeah.
I would recommend it though. It's definitely worth having in the collection 100%. If you can get it.
Yeah.
I know some of you all out there have made comments and we've talked to you, even personally. Some of our subscribers have, we've got the chance to meet with you and talk to you about it. And we have a lot of whiskeys that we review that are unavailable, and it's kind of hard to tune in and watch it and go, well, yeah, I'm never going to get this whiskey, so why are you guys reviewing it? And we get it, so we're trying to do a little mix up and have some Jim Beam or some Jack Daniel's single barrel proof that's available for everybody.
Single barrel
proof. But this one, we were going to finish the bottle, so I thought to pay homage to this whiskey, we should throw it on the channel. Josh agreed. You know.
Of course I agreed.
Heck yeah.
Drink your whiskey.
We finish it off, pay tribute to it. It's a rare one. It's gone now. We've got another. So I would recommend it.
Yep.
Thumbs up.
For sure.
If y'all like what you see, like and subscribe, pass on to your family and friends. And if you have comments, put them on the bottom.
Yeah.
And enjoy your whiskeys, for sure. And bourbons and all that stuff. So, as always, enjoy your whiskey or bourbon
any way you like.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.